Welcome to our deep dive into the world's largest landowners as of 2025. From sovereign entities to private individuals, let's explore who controls the most land on our planet. It is a remarkable facet of human civilization, this concept of ownership, particularly when applied to the very fabric of the earth itself, the land beneath our feet, the territories that define nations, and the vast expanses that still hold secrets untold. We shall embark on a journey across continents, peering into the portfolios of monarchs, institutions, and magnates whose dominion over terrestrial realms is, quite simply, staggering. The scale of these holdings is almost beyond comprehension, stretching from the frozen tundras of the north to the sun-scorched deserts, from bustling cityscapes to the most remote wilderness. Understanding who owns this land, and how, offers a unique perspective on power, history, and the intricate ways in which humanity organizes itself upon this shared world. It's a story not just of acreage, but of legacy, influence, and the profound responsibility that comes with stewarding such immense tracts of our planet. Join me as we unravel the complexities of these colossal estates, examining the nature of their ownership and the impact they have. We will look beyond mere numbers, seeking to understand the stories behind these vast territories. From ancient crowns that have held sway for centuries to modern entrepreneurs shaping the landscape through their acquisitions, the tapestry of global land ownership is rich and varied. Let us begin this exploration into the terrestrial titans who shape our world in ways both visible and unseen. Our journey commences with a figurehead whose association with land is perhaps the most extensive on Earth, King Charles III. Through the entity known as the British Crown, an astonishing 6.6 billion acres fall under a unique form of stewardship. This is a figure that dwarfs all others, a testament to a historical legacy stretching back centuries, an empire upon which the sun, it was once said, never set. These lands are not, for the most part, personal property in the way one might own a house or a field. Rather, they are held in trust, a complex arrangement for the nations and peoples of the Commonwealth. Consider the sheer diversity of these territories. They encompass vast swaths of Canada, from its icy northern reaches to its temperate forests. They include significant portions of Australia, a continent of stark beauty and extraordinary biodiversity. Within the United Kingdom itself, Crown Estate lands generate revenue for the Treasury, a modern manifestation of ancient feudal arrangements. And then there are numerous other islands and territories scattered across the globe, each with its own unique character, all linked in some way to this single, overarching entity. It is a portfolio of planetary proportions. The concept of crown land is multifaceted. In some realms like Canada and Australia, it refers to land owned by the state, with the monarch as the symbolic head. The responsibilities that accompany such vast holdings are immense, involving conservation, resource management, and the intricate rights of indigenous populations. King Charles III, as the current sovereign, inherits this extraordinary legacy, a symbol of continuity, and a custodian of landscapes that span almost every conceivable biome. The management and administration of such an estate is a colossal undertaking, reflecting centuries of history, law, and evolving relationships between the Crown and the diverse peoples of the Commonwealth. From the sprawling Commonwealth, we turn our gaze to the Arabian Peninsula, a land of ancient traditions and modern wealth. Here, King Salman bin Abdulaziz of Saudi Arabia presides over a kingdom that encompasses approximately 531 million acres. This vast territory, largely arid desert but rich in other resources, places him as the second largest individual landowner on our list. The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia itself is, in essence, the primary landholding, with the ruling monarch exercising ultimate authority over its use and disposition, a stark contrast to the trust arrangements of the British Crown. The story of this land is inextricably linked with the Al Saud family, who have shaped the destiny of this region for generations. The discovery of oil in the 20th century transformed not only the landscape, but also the geopolitical significance of these vast desert expanses. What was once the domain of nomadic tribes and ancient caravan routes became the heart of a global energy powerhouse. The stewardship of this land involves managing immense natural resources, balancing rapid development with the preservation of cultural heritage, and navigating the complexities of a modern state built upon traditional foundations. The scale of this landholding is truly remarkable. Imagine an area larger than Western Europe, primarily under the purview of a single ruling family. This control extends beyond the surface, encompassing the immense subterranean wealth that has fueled the nation's growth. The development of futuristic cities, ambitious infrastructure projects, and the careful management of scarce water resources are all part of the ongoing narrative of this land. King Salman's role is pivotal, overseeing a realm where tradition and modernity meet, a kingdom defined by its vast, sandy domains and the immense power they represent in the 21st century. Our next great landowner is not an individual, nor a state in the conventional sense, but an institution with a history spanning 2 millennia, the Roman Catholic Church. It is estimated to own around 177 million acres globally. This is a different kind of landholding altogether, comprised not of vast contiguous territories, but of a myriad of properties scattered across virtually every nation on Earth. These holdings include not only the iconic Vatican City State, a sovereign entity in its own right, but countless churches, cathedrals, schools, monasteries, hospitals, and agricultural lands. The accumulation of these properties has occurred over centuries, through donations, bequests, and purchases, reflecting the Church's enduring presence and its multifaceted role in societies worldwide. From grand basilicas that stand as monuments to faith and artistry, to humble parish churches serving local communities, each parcel of land tells a part of this sprawling story. The Church's land is often dedicated to religious, educational, and charitable purposes, forming a global network that supports its mission and its followers. The sheer logistical feat of managing such a diverse and geographically dispersed portfolio is quite extraordinary. This vast ecclesiastical estate serves a multitude of functions. Some lands are actively used for worship and community activities, others provide income to support the Church's work, and many hold deep historical and cultural significance. The Vatican itself, though tiny in land area, acts as the spiritual and administrative heart of this global network. The Roman Catholic Church's land ownership, therefore, is less about territorial dominion in a political sense, and more about the physical infrastructure required to support one of the world's oldest and largest international organizations, a testament to its enduring influence across cultures and continents. We now venture to the vast, sun-drenched landscapes of Australia, home to our next significant landowner, Gina Rinehart. An Australian mining magnate, Miss Rinehart commands an astonishing portfolio of approximately 30 million acres. This makes her one of the largest private individual landowners on the planet. Her holdings are primarily concentrated in Western Australia and the Northern Territory, regions known for their rich mineral deposits and sprawling cattle stations. This is land acquired not through ancient lineage or institutional legacy, but through shrewd business acumen and a deep involvement in Australia's primary industries. The scale of these properties is difficult to grasp for those accustomed to more densely populated regions. Some of her cattle stations are larger than small European countries, vast expanses where livestock roam across rugged, often arid terrain. Beyond pastoralism, a significant portion of her land is dedicated to mining operations, extracting the iron ore and other minerals that have made her one of the wealthiest individuals in the world. This dual focus on agriculture and resource extraction paints a picture of land use that is quintessentially Australian, reflecting the nation's economic reliance on its natural endowments. The management of such enormous tracts presents unique challenges and opportunities. It involves navigating environmental regulations, fostering relationships with local and indigenous communities, and contending with the harsh, often unpredictable Australian climate. Miss Rinehart's story is one of ambition and enterprise, building upon a family legacy in the mining industry to create a personal empire of land. Her holdings represent a significant portion of Australia's agricultural and mineral wealth, placing her at the forefront of the nation's economic landscape and making her a pivotal figure in the story of land ownership in the modern era. Our final focus takes us to the United States of America, a nation itself built upon the concept of land and opportunity. Here we find John Malone, a prominent figure in the media industry, who has also quietly become the largest private landowner in the U.S., with holdings of approximately 2.2 million acres. While this figure might seem modest compared to the sovereign or institutional giants we've discussed, it represents an immense personal estate, primarily dedicated to ranching and conservation across several states, including Maine, New Mexico, Colorado, and Wyoming. Mr. Malone's acquisitions reflect a deep appreciation for the American landscape, from dense forests in the northeast to the expansive plains and rugged mountains of the west. His approach to land ownership often emphasizes sustainable forestry, responsible agriculture, and the preservation of wilderness areas. This is not land accumulated for immediate development or resource extraction in the same vein as some other large holders, but rather, it appears to be driven by a long-term vision, balancing commercial use with a commitment to environmental stewardship. It's a modern echo of the pioneering spirit, albeit on a grand, consolidated scale. His properties are diverse, encompassing working ranches that continue a long tradition of American cattle farming, alongside vast timberlands managed for sustainable yield. This commitment also extends to conservation easements, ensuring that significant portions of his land will remain undeveloped, preserving their natural beauty and ecological integrity for future generations. John Malone's story illustrates how private wealth can be channeled into amassing and conserving significant tracts of a nation's natural heritage, making him a fascinating example of contemporary large-scale land ownership in a country where private property rights are deeply entrenched. Our exploration of the Earth's largest landowners reveals a fascinating spectrum of power, history, and responsibility. From the symbolic stewardship of King Charles III over billions of acres held in trust for nations, to the vast desert kingdom of King Salman and the global ecclesiastical network of the Roman Catholic Church, the scale is truly monumental. Then we have the entrepreneurial titans like Gina Reinhardt, shaping industries from the ground up, and figures like John Malone, who blend private enterprise with a clear passion for conservation on a grand scale in America. These colossal holdings, whether sovereign, institutional, or private, underscore the profound connection between humanity and the land. They remind us that the Earth in its entirety is a finite resource, and the manner in which it is managed, conserved, or exploited by its principal custodians has far-reaching implications for us all. The stories behind these acres are as diverse as the landscapes themselves, reflecting centuries of tradition, the drive of ambition, and an evolving understanding of our place within the natural world. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the vast landholdings of some of the world's most influential figures. Stay tuned for more insightful content. We hope this glimpse into the world of mega landowners has offered a new perspective on the planet we all share, and the intricate, often hidden patterns of ownership that shape its destiny. The Earth is a tapestry woven with such stories, and there is always more to discover.